Welcome everybody, Steve here. Well, I got my bandsaw and I want to be able to move it around the shop. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I built my rolling base. And it's made a really big difference, you know, like you can just slide this around so easy now. You know, and it's a simple DIY welding project. You know, I got some rectangular tubing, some casters. I got a swiveling caster on the back, and pretty simple project, really. So, stick around. I'm going to show you how I built it. So for my bandsaw cart, I went and got these 2x1 square tube or rectangular tubing, and I bought, you know, they had some cutoffs. If you can do that, you're going to save yourself a lot of money. So that's what I did. So I'm going to weld this on here like this. So say that this is the front. I'm going to put a caster here, one there, and on the back, I'm going to use the this one, and it'll be back here. It's got a lock on it. The nice thing about this thing, the one I bought, is it locks the wheel and it also locks the turn. So you don't have to worry about it, you know, moving like this. And then I was thinking too, you know, if I wanted to, you know, really make it so that it was stable, I'm going to put a couple feet on there, and then all I have to do is just screw those down and secure the bandsaw. That sounds like a heck of a good plan. But we just have to do some math, and did some figuring on the casters, and I figured that my width here is going to be about 1 3/16 because I want to have a washer on either side. It's just going to have a 1/4 inch bolt go through there. So we just got to do some math now. So if I'm coming off the one side over here, make sure that it's square. So we got 1 3/16. Just going to put that on 2. And then our total length is 19 1/8. And then we're going to have 2 sides, so that's 2 inches. So, oh, I don't want to go 19, I got to go all the way 21 1/8 because I got it on the 2. And then 2 inches, and then another 1 3/16. So on the long length, I need 23 1/2. Perfect. So I had this from a project years and years ago, and sitting in the shed forever, and it's going to work out pretty good. If I put that right there, I got lots of clearance. I just have to cut this peripheral stuff off of here and it should be good. Need to drill some holes. Got some old ones, I'll weld them up. make it look pretty. So the dimensions of my bandsaw are 19 by 17. I want a little bit of space there. So I'm going to go 19 and an eighth by 17 and an eighth. So, but I got to go farther out because we're going to have some wheels on the front. This is going on the back. And that's going to kind of weld onto the back rail like that. I just got to make sure that we're nice and level. Shouldn't be a big deal. But it'll be easier to show you once I get this cut. So I'm going to do that right now. So the whole thinking here is this is going to go on there like yonder, and then I'll have this wheel right there. So then what we have to do is we have to have a piece of flat that goes like this and then inside. And that'll give it a lot of strength there, and then we can just put a bolt in there, and that's going to be our front wheels. One on either side. Alright, it's pretty straightforward. What I gotta do though, be nice to be able to weld a nut on the inside here. That'd be really, really nice. Wonder if I could even do that. Well, let's drill a hole and see what we can do. Make sure this is nice and square here first. Yeah, looks good. Okay, 1.5. I'll go an extra eighth. See if that's going to do anything. That's perfect. Maybe a bit more. In case I'm just giving myself some clearance here. But just in case this thing, you know, eggs a little bit, maybe give yourself just a little bit more. For some reason, they got a lot of paint in here, so I'm going to clean this up a little bit. While my welder has a chance. Pretty good. And then I think I can get in there. Going for it. Seems to have worked. So I could just bolt this up like this, but there's no strength there. You know, you could bend that, I don't know. And then your wheel's kind of exposed to things. So I'm going to build a kind of a little cage around it, and then it'll just bolt through here and be protected. That makes good sense, eh? So, a couple things, I could either just cut each individual piece, or you could take the zip cut, make a cut and then a bend, but then you're kind of just hoping for the best. You can do it if you practiced a little bit. So I think I'm just going to cut each piece individually, tack it all together. Got to weld it up anyway. What I'm using here is 2 by 3/16. My Sharpies aren't in the best shape. So 2 by 3/16. That should be more than enough. Remember, it's just a bandsaw. I've had this piece of square tubing kicking around forever, just for this special occasion, I guess. But I got it all clamped up to keep it a 90, and you don't have to go 90. You could go on a 45 if you want a little bit more flair. I'm going to keep it simple. Yep. So we can't really go much further here until we tack this together. And I got my little 90 jig, you know, holding everything up. So we're gonna tack this together, and then we can put our little piece in there in our caster and see how it's gonna work. Confidence level is way up. I think it's gonna be good. We'll do a little corner to corner action here. Make sure that we're squarish. 30 and 5/16. Whoa, we're deadly. That means we can move on. So this worked out good. I did film it, but then I accidentally hit the delete button. So all I did was I took my little 90 here that I built, just kind of held it in with a bolt, and it's going to work out good. The wheel fits, so that means I can go ahead and build another one. So I just got one more little piece here to build. There, now you can kind of see what my thinking is. It's going to work out beautiful. And then we just have to figure out what we want to do for tabs. I think I might just come in here for, let's see, what do I got? Cut these off of this. They got the fairly good washer on there. I might be able to just go 45 on that and So we got this for this little foot here. We'll see what happens. That might just work. I'm just cut these little pieces here. They're going to tuck in here, and then this is going to basically thread in there. So I'll put that right there. And then what I'll do is when this gets all threaded in there, I don't know, maybe a guy could just cut a slot in this and just use a screwdriver. Yeah, give that a shot. And in a pinch, you could just take and weld a nut on the top. Does that make any sense to you? If I want this to go down, this is welded, then I could just take my ratchet and bring this down. But I think I'll try the screwdriver slot first. That'll work for a while. Can always change it later. So I'm going to make a piece here that just goes in here, and that's what the bandsaw is going to sit on. So I'm just going to go about 5 inches. Now, if I leave this wide open, the dust is going to go to the floor. And then you could just move it, clean it up. But if you put something on here, then the dust is going to stay inside. So I think I'm going to leave it open. Now you just need a couple of cross pieces here. I'm just using what I got laying around. This is 3/16 by 1.5. Should work. So this is the bottom here. I just clamped a piece of flat iron on there so that I can make sure that it's nice and flat. Stick her in there. And we can just tack it. Clamped on my other wheel here, my third wheel. Just want to make sure that we're level here. It looks pretty close. Let's see what we got over here. It's got to come up just a bit. Oop. That shot. A little bit, I went a little too high that time. Yeah, we're on the money there now. Let's make sure she's square. She looks good. Okay, everything's built. And it's, you know what, it's really cool building your own stuff. But what isn't cool is you put it on the whatever you're doing and it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this home and I'm going to make sure that my bandsaw is going to fit in the hole. And if I confirm that, then I'll weld it together. But last thing I want to do is weld this thing together and have it so that, oh, you know, if it was just 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to check it out. I'll do that tonight and then weld her up tomorrow. Can't wait. Well, I checked to see whether this fits or not, and it seems like I got lucky with my measurements. Everything's good. So now it's just a matter of just welding everything up, and we'll clean up the welds and then put a coat of semi-gloss black on there. So I'm going to paint the my little base here flat black, and that's just because this is what was in the cupboard. I was hoping to find some gray, but I don't have any gray. That's okay. Flat black is going to be just fine and dandy. Well, before I say that, yep, works. It's been in the cupboard for, oh man, I bet you at least 5 years for this can. Flat black's a good choice. Cover up some of them shoddy welds. Just putting the wheels on here. Now, a little trickier than you think. Just simply because tight fit, and I want to put a washer in there. So I'll put a washer in on this side. Alright. And then I just get the bolt popping out just a little bit. And then I just taped on a washer on a butter knife. That's going to go on there like that. Worked out really good. Now I got this, I put this on the base the other day. And what I did was I just propped it up with a 2x4 in this piece here. And I didn't have my camera, it was at the my other shop, so it wasn't too bad. It worked out good, I didn't scratch nothing. But still, it'd be nice if there was if you had a couple people, it'd be way easier. When you're by yourself, you just figure it out. To put the back caster on, I just lifted it up, used my little feet, and then I was able to bolt it up. Now let's give it a try. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. It's looking good. Now I'm just going to lock it. Yeah, it's pretty stable. Stable enough for what a guy needs. And if I need it more stable, if I'm doing a lot of cutting, then I would just use the little feet, bring them down. Perfect. That's an easy way to undo this here. There we go. That was a fun build. I had, you know, it was one of those, anytime you build something to organize your shop or do anything like that, it just seems like the job is easier and funner to do. And it worked out great. I like it. Well, don't be afraid. You got to build something like this. You know, I just used what I had, and you could probably even build this out of, you know, some square tubing. It's a little sleeker if you use the rectangular though. You know, this would even work if you just use flat iron. You know, these bandsaws aren't that heavy. If you're doing a table saw, it might be a little different. You got to do a little tougher. But this is going to work forever. Till next time, thanks for watching.